Sorry. Okay, had a little bit of technical difficulties. Now going back to our what I was talking about was I was using our win strategy. We're using our win strategy right now. Is at the I part, important information. What important information did we just receive from the last paragraph? What did Miss Mithai what did she create to try and stop or help the deforestation that was happening in Kenya? I'll give you a hint. It starts with a color that I'm wearing. Yep, it was called the Green Belt Movement. So, Green Belt Movement. She created, what was the impact of that movement? They had 50 million trees planted. You guys remember that? And that wasn't just the only impact. A lot of women's lives were changed. So people's lives were changed as well because this Greenbelt movement provided a way for them to get resources and also to attain income or get money. So let's see if it has any more important information about Miss Mathai, Miss Mother of Trees. For years, Wangari tried to win a seat in the Kenyan parliament, suffering arrest and beatings because of her opposition to the government. Finally, in 2002, she made it with a jaw-dropping 98% of the vote. By the following year, she was assistant minister for the environment and natural resources. In 2004, Wangari was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for her contribution to sustainable development, democracy, and peace. She was the first African American woman not African American, excuse me, let me read this sentence again. She was the first African woman who received this prize. Oh, and she also found time to write 4 books: The Greenbelt Movement, Unbowed, a memoir, The Challenge for Africa, and Replenishing the Earth. What a woman. Okay, so that completes our reading for today. I have a little bit of more important information that I would like to discuss with you guys. So besides the Greenbelt movement, it talked about how she was recognized. So how was she recognized by her country, but then also globally, all around the world? So she was recognized by her country, and through her country by becoming she got a position. It was called the Minister for Environment. So she became the Minister for the Environment in Kenya. So she, as a part of their, she basically got a government role. So that's how she was recognized by her country. Then we have to think, how was she recognized globally or around the world? She was recognized globally by getting the Nobel Peace Prize for her efforts in environmental practices. So that means her Greenbelt movement. And so she got Nobel Peace Prize for, it said, sustainable, or I'll put for environmental work. So basically, how she was helping our environment, creating that whole big movement in Africa, really helped her to be successful in creating change. So that was something I remember. I was talking to a student yesterday. We were talking about how do we describe a hero, going back to my essential inquiry, and kind of this goes hand in hand with our our central idea, the win. Who was this about? Well, this was about Wangari. So I would write Wangari. Muta, Mitai. If you need to right now, I would pause that to get her name down. Okay, paused. Yep, should have paused it. And then the important information was what we just discussed, all the things that she did. I would pause this. So she fought against deforestation. She created the Green Belt movement. She then became the minister for the environment in Kenya. And lastly, she was successful in attaining the Nobel Peace Prize. She was the first African woman to attain that. So that was all of the important information. And so what I'd like you to do for our central idea is using who we talked about and some of the things she did, the important information. How could we write, what is a hero? You have to think, what's the central idea? How do we describe a hero? How can we answer that question? Take a moment and think. What I'm thinking is how I would best describe a hero. Somebody who notices that change needs to occur. That change could be surrounding. That change could involve nature, and they make that person as a hero makes efforts towards changing that issue they see. So that issue that Miss Wangari saw was she saw deforestation. So Miss Miss Wangari Maathai was a hero because she saw an issue with deforestation. She wanted to make a change with that issue, so she created the Green Belt movement. And that's pretty much how that's how she was a hero. She was able to plant over 50 million trees and to create change on something that she saw that was horrible. The deforestation is horrible, ruining our forest. So I'll end you off on that note. For your assignment, I'd like you to write down your central idea. What does answering this question, how do we describe a hero, using our win strategy? So the who, what, how is Miss Maathai a hero? Give me some important information and leave it in about a sentence, 20 words or so, small number of words. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you tomorrow. It's Friday, woohoo! Remember to do your exit tickets, please. I've had a few of you not completing those exit tickets. Remember to do the exit ticket. Thank you. The exit ticket is on Clover.